evening. Welcome to Rupavahini News live on Channel I.
A very good evening indeed. I'm Nitya Chandra.
Now, Kushan Boss. First, take a look at the headlines. Navadvipan Pillai has termed the LTTE as a murderous terrorist organization. An Indian parliamentarian has said that compared to other countries, Tamil people of Sri Lanka has the political freedom. Checking of passengers at the Obante checkpoint has been halted. Minister of Education has said that Rupavahini is the only TV channel that can be viewed by school children. Russia has emphasized that America has no right to interfere in the sovereignty of another country.
Well, for those and other stories in detail, the UN High Commissioner on Human Rights, Mrs. Navadvipan Pillai, has described the Tiger terrorist organization as a terrorist group. She emphasized that the diaspora members who represent the LTTE will not be given any place, ending her official visit to Sri Lanka. Mrs. Navadvipan Pillai made these comments to the media personnel. The media conference was held this morning at the UN headquarters in Colombo. She said that this is the longest visit she has undertaken in any country. She further thanked the government for providing facilities for her to carry out her visit without any limitations. She told the media conference that the opinion being held on her being a pro-LTTE is entirely false.
LTTE was a murderous organization that committed numerous crimes and destroyed many lives. In fact, my only previous visit to Sri Lanka was to attend a commemoration of the celebrated legislator, peacemaker and scholar Neelan Tiruchelvam, who was killed by an LTTE suicide bomb in July 1999. Those in the diaspora who continue to revere the memory of the LTTE must recognize that there should be no place for the glorification of such a ruthless organization.
Mrs. Navadvipan Pillai commended the rehabilitation and reconstruction activities being carried out in the north. She said that the trilingual policy and ethnic reconciliation are also important steps. The High Commissioner presented several of her observations about Sri Lanka. The land problem in the north is one of these matters. The need to inquire whether there have been war crimes is another. She had also pointed out about the need to reduce the security forces in the north. She has also accused that there were threats leveled against those who presented her details. The media personnel questioned her about the truthfulness of those allegations. Mrs. Pillai said that these accusations could be confirmed through an investigation. Another media personnel questioned her as to why the United Nations Human Rights Council is not naming the foreign-based LTTE criminals as responsible for war crimes.
I think the first hand is second. Madam High Commissioner,
with regard to people abroad, this is a law enforcement matter, and here again the government might receive international cooperation if it began a credible process to track perpetrators who are now outside the country.
A media person also asked her why the UN Human Rights Council is inquiring only about the incidents of the last stages of the war, when the LTTE terrorists carried out many inhuman act crimes during the 30 years of the war. Responding to that question, the UN High Commissioner said that it has become necessary to inquire into all incidents.
Whereas several political analysts have criticized the observations that have been made by the UN High Commission on Human Rights, Mrs. Navadvipan Pillai. They have accused that she is acting with predetermined views about Sri Lanka. The attorney at law, S. L. Gunasekara, said that the report which will be prepared by Mrs. Navadvipan Pillai will not be favorable to Sri Lanka. The attorney at law, S. L. Gunasekara, said that the persons like Pillai and the United States will not do anything justifiable to Sri Lanka. He said that he is confident that despite whatever is being told and is being done by Pillai here in Sri Lanka, she will present a totally different report against Sri Lanka. The editor of the Nation newspaper, Malinda Senaviratna, pointed out that the opinion being held by Mrs. Navadvipan Pillai about the activist of the non-governmental organization cannot be accepted. The editor of the Nation newspaper further said that we should understand whether it is an interest regarding human rights or whether she is acting as a partner of a project against Sri Lanka. She may be aware or may not be aware that all these people are not innocent. By here holding the board of human rights, they do not become independent. Most of them are acting in a favorable manner to the LTTE. Some of the others are rogues. Those who are favorable to the LTTE should rethink that the allegations being leveled by them are applicable only to them as well.
Well, the National Water Supply Board has said that it has established more than 800 water tanks at a cost of over 3 million rupees as a solution to the Ratupaswala drinking water problem. 10 Gram and Iludari divisions, including Ratupaswala, Nedungamua, Sivaramulla, Pilikuttua, Kinigama, Imbugoda and Katana have been covered under this project. The Water Supply Board distributed 3,500 cubic feet of water during 1 month. Those who apply for water supply connections will be provided with pipe water facilities immediately. A huge water supply project connected to the Attanagolu Oya is also being implemented under 3 stages at a cost of 800 million rupees rather. Despite steps being taken by the government to solve the drinking water problem of Gampa, certain vicious elements are attempting to instigate people for various demonstrations. A court inquiry is also being carried out about the Ratupaswala incident. The people of the area have condemned the vicious elements who are attempting to create unrest despite all these activities.
Further investigations on the largest consignment of heroin found in Sri Lanka have been entrusted to the Police Narcotic Bureau. The consignment of heroin was discovered yesterday in a container brought from Pakistan. 260 kilograms of brown sugar type heroin was discovered. This is the largest consignment of heroin confiscated recently from South Asia. The superintendent of the Customs Detection Unit, Parakram Basnaka, said that the value of the consignment was more than 2,500 million rupees. The preliminary investigations have revealed that this consignment has been brought from the Pakistani city of Karachi. It has been brought to the country by a building materials businessman. 3 Sri Lankan nationals and a Pakistani national have been taken into custody in this regard.
Well, the Indian parliamentarian belonging to the Congress party, K.S. Alagiri, has compared and said that Tamil people in the world are not living in the standards that Sri Lanka Tamil people are, and that they have the highest political freedom. He also said that the Tamil people in Sri Lanka are living happily. The Indian MP has made this observation when he attended a function held in Hatton to commemorate the 100th birth anniversary of the former minister Samyamurthy Thundaman. The Indian Congress party members and parliamentarian K.S. Alagiri said that Tamils are living all over the world. However, it is Tamils in Sri Lanka who live under a better political background and those who live happily. The Tamils living in various countries in the world do earn a lot of money. However, it remains a question as to whether they are living happily and enjoying political freedom.
The religious leaders and the people's representatives have vehemently criticized the statements made by the Tamil National Alliance parliamentarians Suresh Premachandran and Aryanendran before the people of the north, saying that nothing can be obtained if they don't have arms. These 2 parliamentarians have made statements relating to arms at a public meeting held at the Banda Public Grounds, chaired by the chief ministerial candidate of the TNA for the Northern Province, C.V. Vigneswaran. Both parliamentarians have told at this public rally that if they do not have arms, not only federal, something beyond could also be obtained, and it is regrettable that there is no struggle after Prabhaharan. TNA parliamentarian Aryanendran said that Selva carried out the struggle on behalf of the Tamil people for a final solution. After that, it became an armed struggle. The struggle was carried forward by Prabhaharan. However, they do not have any of these today. Parliamentarian Suresh Premachandran said that if they have arms, not only federal, something beyond could also be discussed and even obtained. The Tamil people will not get anything if they do not have arms. Minister Vimal Veerapasa said that this is a serious statement. It is an encouragement to take up arms against a lawful government. He said that the law and order should be implemented against such acts. He said that statements of the TNA MPs could be interpreted as they will acquire a fully fledged federal state, and to go beyond that, they should take up arms. The minister explained that what Suresh Premachandran said, that he will go beyond federalism with Vignesh Barad, and the people should take up arms to go beyond that. The minister pointed out that from these matters it has become quite clear that the forces that were defeated have not been ended. They only want to destabilize this country. Kurukal Brahma Sri Babu Sharma said that these are speeches that make them regret. He said that all are aware how the Tamil people suffered because they kept trust on arms. The people suffered that much because of taking up arms. He said that instigating the people from a war by taking up arms by parliamentarian Suresh Premachandran cannot be accepted under any circumstances. He said that people believe that the Tamil National Alliance is an organization that disrupts the life of the Tamil people.
Well, in the meantime, the Ports Authority informed that more than 35,300 vehicles have been transshipped and unloaded from the Magampura Mahinda Rajapaksa International Port in Hambantota. After its opening, 118 ships have called at the harbour, and out of them 106 were merchant vessels. Several ships from Japan, Singapore, Dubai and Chennai arrived at the harbour with transshipment vehicles. More than 20,600 vehicles were unloaded for local use. More than 14,000 vehicles were transshipped to European and the Middle East region. The Ports Authority said that several ships are anchored in the port at present until the vehicle carriers are cleared.
Checking of passengers at the Omante checkpoint in Vavani on the A9 road has been removed. This step has been taken to facilitate the people to travel from the north to south and vice versa. The Omante checkpoint was established on the 22nd of March 2002. During the terrorist period, it took more than 1 hour to cross this particular checkpoint. The vehicles of the security forces as well as the Tiger terrorists were subjected to strict checking. The extortion money taken from the vehicles was a main source of revenue for the terrorists. Even after ending terrorism, the checkpoint was continued due to security requirements. It was at this checkpoint large consignments of explosives belonging to the terrorists were taken into custody. About 35,000 people cross the checkpoint each day. The government has decided to end the checking of passengers at the checkpoint from today onwards. There are about 2,500 vehicles crossing the checkpoint each day, and checking of these vehicles will also be stopped from today onwards. The Vani Commander, Major General Boniface Pereira, said that attention has been focused to halt the checking of vehicles transporting food items as well. Foreigners and foreign passport holders and vehicles transporting ordinary goods are being checked at this checkpoint.
Well, the potato farmers have commended the government for being able to get a better price for their potato harvest this season. The wholesale price of a kilo of local potato remains from 80 to 90 rupees. The import tax of potatoes and big onions was increased from the 23rd of this month. The import tax for potatoes was increased from 25 rupees to 40 rupees, while the import tax for big onions was increased from 30 to 45 rupees. With the start of the harvesting of potatoes and big onions, the government increased these taxes. The potato harvest is being reaped in the Badola district, including Valimade, Uva Parangama and several other areas. The potato farmers informed that due to the timely action taken by the government, their income has been enhanced. The farmers said that they hold a great trust in the government, since by imposing taxes at the required moment, the government has provided a great concession to the farmers. They said that they are very happy about the government imposing an import tax of 40 rupees to assist them to get better prices for their harvest. Another farmer pointed out that the price of locally produced potatoes fetched from 85 to 90 rupees because of this step taken by the president to assist them by importing import taxes.
Harvesting of paddy at the Diyavarna pilot project has commenced. Under this project, the land that had been abandoned earlier, paddy cultivation was carried out using organic fertilizer. The cultivated area amounted to 76 acres in the area where physical exercise tracks have been established in Kimbulwala, Battaramulla, This is a concept of Secretary to the Ministry of Defence and Urban Development, Gotabaya Rajapaksa. 97 farmers cultivated local paddy varieties such as Suardal, Pachiperumal and Rankahavanu. Another 15 varieties of paddy are being cultivated on an experiment basis. The harvest from the cultivation of Suardal has been more than 60 bushels per acre. Speaker Chamar Rajapaksa attended the harvesting ceremony. Speaker Chamar Rajapaksa said that this project should be taken as a guide and similar projects should be implemented in all the paddy fields. He said that the import of fertilizer should be stopped and our own agricultural system should be implemented. He emphasized that the importance of uplifting the agri-economy and taking steps to export our agri-products. Minister Salin Disanayaka, Defence Secretary Gotabaya Rajapaksa, Director General of the Civil Defence Force Rear Admiral Anand Piris also attended the function.
Well, the railway line from Kilinochchi to Jaffna is being constructed expeditiously. The Uttara Punaruddhaya feature will look into this construction today. The train operations from Omandai to Kilinochchi are scheduled to be started from the 14th of September. Beyond Kilinochchi, railway stations from Elephant Pass to Jaffna are now being constructed. These stations are being constructed in several places including Paranthan, Elephant Pass, Palay, Eludumadual, Chavakacheri and Kodikamam. The Indian company Econ is carrying out the construction work relating to laying railway lines and fixing the signals. The length of the track will be 87 kilometers. The main railway station under this project will be the construction of the Jaffna railway station. The Yardevi train is to be reoperated in the future. This is the only railway line in the country that has a very long tunnel route, where the terrorists were controlling when they used this tunnel as a camp for displaced people. The Jaffna railway station was severely damaged during the war between the terrorists and the security forces. The station has been renovated at a cost of 89 million rupees. The establishment of the railway service to Jaffna is being carried out under the Northern Development Initiatives.
A scholarship program has been established under the title of Sujata Deniya. This is a foundation established under the name of Sujata Deniya teledrama, which was telecast over Rupavahini. The fund has been established with a financial contribution made by the main actress of this drama, Mrs. Lee Yong-ee. The Sujata Deniya teledrama attracted many spectators. The main character of the drama, Changumi, became very popular. The actress Lee Yong-ee, who played the lead role of Changumi, has established this fund to provide scholarships to students of low-income families. An agreement in this regard was signed at the Surupai today. Korean ambassador in Sri Lanka, Yong Mung-ung, Lee Yong-ee Foundation representative Chong Wung-wing, Chairman of the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation, Mohan Samaranayaka, Director of the Dubbing Unit of SLRC, Aturan Sirilal, and Executive Officers of the Rupavahini attended the function. The Minister of the Education commended the Rupavahini for presenting valuable dramas such as Sujata Deniya. Minister of Education Bandhu Gunawardena said that the National Rupavahini should be commended for presenting programs such as Sujata Deniya and programs highlighting the humanity, love, kindness and courage at a time where various other TV channels are presenting programs to mislead and misdirect the child population.
And now we move on to Chanakya for the latest from the world of sports. Good evening, Chanakya.
Good evening, Nitya. Thank you and welcome to your sports news. The 39th National Sports Festival will start at the Navalapitiya Jayatilaka Stadium tomorrow and will conclude on the 3rd of next month. President Mahinda Rajapaksa is the chief guest for the opening ceremony tomorrow. There will be 22 events in this year's festival. The finals of the athletic, volleyball and netball tournaments will also be held. The Director General of the Sports Development Department, Mrs. Ranjani Jayakuri, told the National Rupavahini that more than 1,200 athletes will participate in the festival. A motor vehicle will be awarded to the best athlete of the festival. The Ministry of Sports has arranged to award a motorcycle each to the best male and female players.
And that's all the stories we have at the moment. Do join us once again tomorrow at the same time to take a look at the latest on the world of news. Till then, have a wonderful time.
Good night.